Welcome back, everybody, to Simplexity Analytics Seasonal Report for September of 2023. We can see that this month is a very busy month in a lot of markets. In fact, we have 12 of them that are either the most bearish or bullish this month, but 11 of them are on the bearish side. We see that the only month that is the most bullish is lean hogs. Most bearish, we have the three in this soybean complex: soybean, soy meal, and soybean oil. We have unleaded gasoline, but there is not going to be a heat map for that because the energies have such big ranges and require such large stops that the heat map are really pretty inconclusive on those. So that's not going to be included, but just keep in mind that it is the most bearish this month. In the metals, we have gold and platinum. We have all the stock indices. We have the S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, and the Dow Jones. And in currencies, we have the Swiss franc. Since the E-minis is the most bearish this month, that is included by default. And we have the gold and 30-year bonds will also be on the website. We'll start off by looking at the soybean market with our seasonal indicator at the bottom. We see the last 2 years, with September marked off with the vertical line, big declines throughout September here and here. And this is the projection for this year as well. If we go back 2 years ago, September saw a big decline in actual price. Last year, it did close the month lower, but marginally lower. This year, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out this year because we are having a higher high now than we did a month or two ago, whereas the indicator is showing a lower high. So if prices are higher and it's bucking the seasonal trend, then it's possible that the seasonal won't follow quite as well this year. We'll have to look and see how it turns out. This is the heat map for soybeans. And first thing I want to point out is at the top left corner of all these screens with heat maps, we list our stops for each market. In the soybean market, we happen to use a $1,600 stop to arrive at these stats. Now, in terms of the reds and greens, we see that there's a mixture of them here for the first couple of weeks. And then as the month goes on, we get more and more bearish as we go. We got some dark reds here in the third week, and then in the fourth week, we have a lot more dark reds. So right in the middle of the month, that's when we want to really focus on the bearish sell signals in the soybean market. The next market we're going to look at with our Simplexity seasonal indicator is platinum. And with the vertical lines marking off September, we see that often we've had a rally at the beginning and then the rest of the month falls off pretty sharply. And if we go back 2 years ago, that's exactly what price did. We opened up, we went higher, and then the rest of the month we went lower. Last year bucked the seasonal trend, and this happens. We went lower right off the bat, followed by a rally. These seasonals are never perfect, and we will get years like that. So let's see how this looks with our heat map. And the heat map for platinum just confirms what our seasonal indicator showed, and that is the beginning of the month has that little rally up, and that's indicated with some green numbers up here at the top. But then as the month goes on, we get more and more bearish. We have some dark reds coming in here, a few more here, and then by the last week, we have more dark red numbers, which, remember, the dark red numbers are a combination of high percentage and high dollar values. So start looking bearish around the middle of the month for platinum. And as always, here is the S&P E-mini market for September with the Simplexity Analytics seasonal indicator at the bottom. September is the most bearish month of the year for the E-minis, and it has lost almost $30,000 over the course of this 20 or so year backtest. We see what happens in September. It starts to turn over, and then it heads towards its October lows. Last 2 years have both seen the seasonals cooperate. 2 years ago, it started to roll over early September, head towards its lows. Last year, it peaked at the end of August and went to its seasonal lows in October. And this year, we peaked in August as well and have been declining since. So let's have a look how this corresponds to the heat map. The E-mini heat map is really the tale of two different sides. We have the green on top and the red on the bottom. So after the first 2 weeks of the month where the market has seen its August rally continue into September, by the time the middle of September rolls around, we start heading into that bearish territory. And this third week really is the big week of the bearish territory for this market. We have a lot of dark red numbers. We have a lot of them over 90%, and we have almost all of them in the five figures, like over $10,000 on these days. So If you're looking at the seasonals, and the middle of the month is when you got to start looking bearish in the E-minis. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified on our next videos. Simplexity Analytics, making complex trading simple.